Immigration agents and Border Patrol officers working arrest teams here in Chicago have locked up more than 3,000 immigrants. They say were here illegally. Many wanted for serious crimes, they say. But tonight, the question is, where are the 3,000? Attorneys and human rights investigators tracking the 3,000, asking, where are they? And in many cases, who are they? Even as ICE arrests of alleged undocumented immigrants and protesters continue, the whereabouts of many of the more than 3,000 people locked up during Operation Midway Blitz remains unknown, according to organizations that have been trying to protect rights and lives. Is it known as you sit there right now where these 3,000 people are and what their status is?
No, and this is something we conveyed to the judge. It is quite dire.
Mark Fleming with the National Immigrant Justice Center is suing federal authorities in Chicago and recently obtained an order prohibiting warrantless arrest by ICE. But tonight, Fleming tells the NBC Chicago investigative team that U.S. government officials won't or can't tell them where at least 3,000 arrestees are right now.
And the folks that have been arrested, Chicagoans who have been here for decades, these are folks that are not the quote-unquote worst of the worst. These are folks that have been here for decades, have long-standing ties to the community, family members, employment, businesses that are all being torn apart.
That 3,000 figure, some of them may not even be in the Chicago area. Would some of them have been deported, possibly?
Yes, so the government is using this strategy of arresting people, subjecting them to unlawful mandatory detention, and then pressuring them into accepting what they refer to as voluntary departure. Voluntary departure is basically give up your rights and we will release you, but we will release you back to your home country.
And is the government right now still arresting people without a warrant?
Yes. They are blatantly violating the court's order, brazenly violating the court's order, and it's deeply troubling.
Homeland Security officials have not provided full lists of arrestee information or deportation, but by the end of today, they are under a court order to tell a Chicago judge how they're handling those warrantless arrests. And every Friday, the government is required to report to the court how its operations are within the law. Tonight, we are still awaiting a U.S. Supreme Court ruling on whether the National Guard can constitutionally be deployed to Chicago streets. Allison?